Well, hi folks. Hey, good morning to you from East Twin Lake Campground. So what's this video? Yeah, you saw the title. This Week at Camp. Well, I haven't done piddly in the way of content video this week since last Thursday when I got back to camp. It's Monday, so we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and here we are on Monday, 5th day, and I'm finally sitting down in front of the camera, finally turned the camera on. Now, I feel terrible about that. I've got 3 items. Well, 2 are reviews, and 1 item I'm using in one of the reviews as a comparison item. And I'm hoping to get both of those videos done today. So I'll have this video plus 2 product review type videos going up next week. Why haven't I been running videos? I mean, that's unusual. It's been that kind of week. Busy week. When I got back on Thursday last week, I went through both my campgrounds and the boat landings, and 3 of my bathrooms were a terrible mess. And what usually takes me 2 hours a day, that's it. I put 2 hours a day into doing my campground rounds. I update all the reservations, I clean all the restrooms, check all the campsites, make sure everything's nice and in order. And I take my sweet time. It takes 2 hours. Love it. 2 hours a day. and quite often, I wouldn't say quite often, but at least twice a week, my rounds, I just check reservations, poke my head in the restrooms, and if the toilet paper is still full and the restroom's clean, down the road I go. I don't waste any time, and I can be wrapped up in an hour and 15 minutes. And the reason I can't get it under an hour and 15 minutes by just doing reservations and not having to clean bathrooms. I can't get it below that because of travel time. I've got at least a half an hour of travel time. Well, I'd say closer to 45 minutes. There's about 45 minutes of travel time involved in doing my rounds. So what else happened this week? So I get back on Thursday, first day back, and you expect, well, yeah, I've been gone 24 hours. Gosh only knows what could have happened, right? Well, so like I said, I had 3 bad bathrooms that really needed to be cleaned up. So those took a little extra time. My 1 boat landing still amazes me. That bathroom, I walked in there, I have not had to do anything except a light wipe down. I sanitize the toilet and just wipe it down, the outside of it, because it's not dirty. Toilet paper has been used, so I know people have been using it. There's no garbage on the floor. The place is clean. The lid is kept shut. Always smells nice in there. And that's public boat landing, and gets a lot of traffic. But yes, it's my best bathroom I have in my whole route. It's the best one I have. So I go to my other boat landing, the one for East Twin Campground, this one. I go down to that boat landing. Well, we have a picnic area that people have been driving into with their ATVs and UTVs, and that is not allowed. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to have those off of the traveled portion of any trail or any road, but they drive right up in my picnic area, and they drive around the picnic tables, and they tear up the grass, and so the Forest Service, I got let them know what's going on and that I was having trouble with these folks. I did have a confrontation in a sense with a few of them one time. So they decided we're going to put in a post. There, it's like fiberglass, this post, you know. Really tough stuff. And it's about 3 inches wide, 3 or 4 inches wide, big tall post. And it's got these little tabs that hold it in the ground. Once you pound it in, it's a bummer to get them out, right? Well, they pounded that post in right in the middle of the entrance, the walking entrance into that picnic area, right in the center, so nobody could miss it. That says all motorized vehicle use ends here. And it's got the quotation on there about what the law says, and that violators would be prosecuted, that you can't drive in there. It's not a rule. It's a federal regulation. It's a law. So we put that post in. And I just went over and I checked it out, and boy, that post is in there so dang tight. I thought, yeah, it'll be there. And now if anybody goes past it, our law enforcement for the Forest Service will write them a citation instantly. Boom. You put a vehicle beyond that sign, boom, you got a citation right then and there. So that post had been up there for several days before I went home last week. When I got back here on Thursday, and after I did all my rounds, that was the last place I went, was that boat landing. Because that boat landing doesn't have a bathroom at it, I always stop there last. And basically to see, did anybody throw trash on the ground, or is the picnic area nice and clean? And so I pull in, and lo and behold, my post is gone. My sign is gone that you can't take motor vehicles beyond this point. It's gone. I was so mad. I looked all around the picnic area, looking in the bushes in the woods. Couldn't find the sign anywhere. Somebody had somehow yanked that thing out of the ground. And I thought, well, the Forest Service wouldn't have yanked it out. They just put it there. So it must be some disgruntled ATVer, right? Well, I just needed to cool down. I was so upset. I walked out on our dock at the boat landing. I was standing at the end of the dock, looking out over the lake, taking in a nice cool breeze, just calming down. And I looked down, and there at the bottom of the lake, I could see it. There's my sign. There's my post with the sign. And it's down in the lake. Not close in. It's out there quite a ways. I thought, I gotta go out there and get that dang thing. So I kicked my shoes off, and I was wearing shorts. I took everything out of my pockets just in case, you know, Sty can fall down sometimes. So I took everything out of my pockets, and I waited out there. I figured, it'll come up to about the bottom of my shorts. Oh no, oh no. By the time I got far enough out to the sign, the water was already over my waist. Okay? Now, I didn't have a camera with. I was using the Forest Service truck and stuff, and I don't always bring the camera with when I'm doing my Forest Service things, right? Well, so here I am. I'm standing out in the water over my waist. The water's above my shorts, about at my navel, or a little higher even. And I'm looking down, I see the sign. Well, I tried hooking it with my foot and moving it. Well, that part of the lake, beyond that boat landing, it's kind of mucky. Well, that post is kind of in the muck, and I couldn't move it with my foot. And I thought the only way I'm getting out of there is to grab it. So I held onto my glasses, and blunk, I had to dive under the water, get a hold of that sign, pull it out, drug it out, threw it in my truck, backed the truck up to where the post is supposed to be, and I happened to have my splitting maul, my firewood splitting maul with. And that's a heavy bugger, 8-pound head on it, I think. 8 or 10 pound. And I got up in the back of that truck, set that post, start pounding that post and driving it in. Here comes this fella pulling in with a boat. He's got a boat trailer. And he pulls up, and I yell to him, "Am I in your way? Can you get your boat launched with me back by the landing here?" And he says, "Oh yeah, I can get around you." And he goes, "Boy, you must be working awful hard." And I said, "Why is that? Why do you say that?" And he said, "You're soaking wet. Man, I never seen anybody sweat so bad." Oh, that, he was trying to be funny. But I didn't feel like that was funny. I told him what happened. And he felt bad. He felt bad. But, so I drove that post in an extra 1.5 feet, 18 inches further down than it originally was. And I yanked and yanked and yanked on that. I thought, they'll never get it out of there now. So day before yesterday, let's see, it's Monday, so it was Saturday. I go down there. Friday night, I had a big group of ATVs and UTVs parked down there, and they're using the boat landing as a beach. I thought, let them play, They're all swimming down there. I thought, I'd leave them alone, let them play. And I figured as long as they're not I don't see them drive up in that picnic ground, I'm okay with it. Use the boat landing. Nobody's there launching boats. Go swim in there, I don't care. The next morning, I drive over there just to do a drive-through. My post is gone again. They had yanked that post out of the ground. I don't know. They must have strapped it to one of their ATVs or UTVs or something, chained it, strapped it, whatever, to yank that thing out of the ground, because I gave it everything I had, and I couldn't budge that post. So, first thing I did was go out on the dock, see if they threw it in the lake again. No, it wasn't in the lake. So I went wandering around the picnic site, and there's a patch of wild raspberries, an old patch, and they're big, big bushes, stickers like you wouldn't believe, boy, just full of thorns. What do I see? There's my sign and my post in the middle of that patch. I'm wearing shorts. And I didn't want to drive all the way back into camp, put long pants on, drive all the way back just to get the sign. So I thrashed through there, and I cut myself up pretty good. I looked like I stuck both my legs in a bag full of really upset cats. So I got my post, got my sign back. Yesterday at Forest Service, one of our supervisors stopped by, and I gave him the sign, the post, and he's going to modify it with some more tabs at the base, and he's going to partially dig a post hole, then drive it in, fill that post hole full of big rock. He said then they're not going to get it out of there, of course, unless they were to chain it up to a truck or something. And I let our law enforcement officer know what's going on. And he was pretty upset. He said, people don't realize, and that's something I really want to point out to folks. I had someone say, it's probably just young guys pranking you, I really want to point out and emphasize removal of signage, of any signs that the Forest Service puts up. Now, mind you, the Forest Service is a federal agency. Any signs that they put up any posts that they put in. If you so much as remove the sign or remove the post, that is considered willful destruction of federal property. And it comes with a very hefty citation, very hefty fine. And if you're a repeat offender, it can even involve some jail time. So keep in mind, it might seem like a prank, it might seem funny, but it's not. It's a federal crime. You're committing a crime whenever you destroy the Forest Service signage or the posts that they put in. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. They're there for information. They're not there to be messed with. Because some poor sap like me is going to have to go diving in the lake to retrieve it. So our law enforcement officer, he's just ripe to catch these guys trying to do it again. I told him, I said, for next season, I'm not doing it this season, but for next season, I'm going to get me a couple of trail cams for the couple of places I have issues, where I have problems with folks actually destroying things or messing with things. I'll catch them on a trail cam, and I'll set it up so I can get a good shot of their UTV or their ATV, pull their license number off of it, we know who they are. Now some people say, oh, Sty, now you want to be the popo, you know. No, that's not it. I don't want to have to dive in that damn lake anymore to get my simple signage back. So yeah, that was something unusual that happened this week. Otherwise, my campgrounds have been generally empty. Right now, East Twin Lake on a Monday morning has one camper. I have one person. I have one person coming in today, but they're only here for one night. Then I don't have anybody coming in again until Thursday. It's dead quiet here, dead quiet, which is nice for me. It's very nice. Beaver Lake Campground is just the opposite. That's booked up. I mean, almost every campsite up there has got somebody in it. And a lot of it has to do with people that are hiking the North Country Trail. They use Beaver Lake as a one-night stopover because it's right on the trail. So Beaver Lake is staying busy. But I heard from other campground hosts, their campgrounds are very quiet also. What's wrong with people, man? It's the end of July. July and August are beautiful months to go camping. Beautiful months to go camping. Our raspberries are on real thick. I go to this, Beaver Lake has a boat landing that I don't maintain. Nobody maintains it, actually. But it's got a nice turnaround, a little parking area. I go in there, every time I go to Beaver Lake to do my campground up there, I stop at the boat landing and I pick 2 or 3 handfuls of some of the nicest wild raspberries you ever saw, and I have myself a snack at that boat landing. So the raspberries are on real heavy right now. I got into a couple small patches of blueberries, so I got to have a good taste of some wild blueberries in the last week. Otherwise, it's been camp chores, and a lot of my campers, even though I don't have a lot of campers, the ones that have been staying, they've been coming here to my site and visiting. I met some wonderful folks this week. Hope they come back someday. They all said they want to come back. They want to come back. They really enjoyed it here. Folks aren't using my information tent here as much as I wish they would. And they do use it. If they get into my site and I point it out and tell them what's in there, they'll mosey over and into it. And they said, oh, we just figured that's your screen house, you know. I'm fixing that next season. That thing's going out here at the front of my campsite, facing the street, the road here that goes through. And it's going to be very obvious what it is, and close to the road. They don't have to come through the campsite. That'll be the first thing they run into when they come in off the road, is that information center. So it'll be real obvious. But that's this week out at camp, out at the campground at East Twin Lake. Weather's been good. We had one storm one night. In fact, day before yesterday, I had to go around to my campgrounds. East Twin was lucky. We only had one tree across the main road coming in. I got that broke up and off the road. It wasn't too bad of a tree to get off the road. Went down to my boat landing, and I had two really good-sized pines that blew down across the entrance to the boat landing. That one I had to use chainsaw on to cut up and get off of the road. I was very surprised. I got up to Beaver Lake and there was no damages there. There was no campsites got damaged. However, we do have a campground in our district, Namakagon, had some severe damage. The host had a big tree fall and totally destroy her boat. A big tree fell right on her boat, smashed it. Another campsite, a really large pine, if I understood right, it was 26 inches at the base. That's a big pine. Come down, just barely missed a tent with campers in it. But their road was blocked also. There was the exit from the campground was completely blocked. You could not get through. So all of the Forest Service employees for our district, the people on the payroll, were all down at Namakagon Saturday morning, cutting all those trees up and getting them off the roads and out of the campsites and blah, blah, blah. So they text the rest of us hosts, check your campground, see how much damage you have, and post us, let us know what's going on. I took care of mine by myself, which was great because it left those guys there to help them out down there. But yeah, that was a pretty good storm, and believe it or not, that night when that storm hit, I slept through it. I watched for a while the lightning and listened to the thunder, and I fell asleep. Woke up the next morning to a phone message saying, hey, check your campgrounds. Boy, that storm was terrible. We got big problems at Namakagon, and we sure hope you're okay, and this and that. And I got up, and I'm looking around out there, and I'm going, I don't know what they're talking about. I slept through it. So that's my week out here at camp. Look forward to those review videos, and hey, let's take a peek. Yes, this video is very long, isn't it? But I gave you a whole week and a half an hour. So, hey, until the next time. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Ring the bell. You'll know when I'm doing videos, live streams, blah, blah, blah. Hey, give me a thumbs up, would you? I miss all you guys. You know, that's the one thing camp. I love camp. Love it. Oh, by the way, I mowed too yesterday. All day I mowed. I'm all done mowing for at least 2 weeks. But until the next time, guys, you know I love you and I miss you. And you all have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.